going on, guys? Devin with another episode of the Godward journey. We missed one day, but we got a good one today. Today the verse is Ephesians 5:18. Verse states, "And don't get drunk with wine, which leads to reckless living, but be filled by the Spirit." And I love this because what this relates to, I've been surrounded by my entire life. Well, just to start with the part of do not get drunk with wine, the whole drinking thing, I don't think it is bad for Christians or believers to drink, but the fact of getting drunk with the purpose to get drunk, in my opinion, is the silliest thing ever, because there's not much, if anything, that's good that comes out of it. Like 95, if not 99% of the time, it leads to bad decisions and bad things happen. Bad decisions, bad thoughts, bad actions, like everything. I think the point of going to get drunk or to black out, which is weirdly extremely common in the generation that I'm in, it doesn't make any sense to me, because I don't know how you can enjoy that or want to have that happen. Because, like, in my opinion, like, I'm not against drinking. Like, I will drink occasionally, but it'll be like one or two drinks with, like, casually talking. Like, I do it with communication and, like, just having a genuine conversation with somebody or a group of people. But I never let it get to the point where it's like I don't remember what happened that night, because a lot of bad just comes from it, and I don't really understand why people do it. And filling the other part of that verse, filling it with the Spirit, is, instead of doing that, you could be doing other things. Like, there's what, like, if I get invited to go out to like a bar, most of the time, if not every time, I'll say no, and I'll spend time at home now doing other things that are a lot more productive. Because I've kind of gotten to a point, and this whole thing ties into, like, what I've been dealing with is just bad dopamine. This day and age, a lot of people are doing things throughout their day and in their life just to get some temporary dopamine. And for example, what I've done, I used to play video games all the time growing up, and I still occasionally play them, but as of now, I think I've played video games for like 2 hours in the past 2 months. Because to me, there's other things I could be working on with myself, or with my faith, or with business stuff. And there's just a lot of other things that I could be doing that are so much more productive than playing video games. But to other people, they can do that because they don't have anything else they want to work towards. For example, if you're doing that, I know I have one guy that I work with. He plays video games every night, but he's doing it because he's streaming on Twitch and wants to build his viewers up and eventually make that like a full-time thing. It's like that. I understand. That's what he's doing. That's his passion. That's what he's wanting to have as a job someday. So he's working towards that by playing video games. For me, I do the Twitch streaming sometimes, but that's not like a long-term thing. That's just what I do in the meantime. Because now, when I'm playing video games, I'm normally streaming, but I don't play video games that often, so I'm not streaming that often right now. Because I'll do other things, whether I'm working on the clothing brand or just watching educational YouTube videos, whether it's getting closer to Christ, whether it's learning how to do crypto, whether it's learning how to get more in depth into my inner mind, whether it's reading. The book I'm reading right now is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's a great book. And there's another one literally sitting on the floor over there by Napoleon Hill as well, Outwitting the Devil. Two amazing books that I'd recommend if you're wanting to get into reading and you want to get some knowledge from it. I would recommend those two books. And it's things like that that I could be doing to fill my time instead of filling the time that I have here with temporary things. With reading these books, reading the Bible, getting these educational, I'm growing my education even though I'm not in school. I'm growing my mindset towards things instead of playing video games to waste time. The biggest one right now is doom scrolling on TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels. Like there's so much short-term content out there that we will just sit there and scroll. And I'm guilty of this too. I still do it occasionally, but I got to the point where there was a month where I deleted Instagram, I deleted YouTube, I deleted TikTok, I deleted all social media because it was taking up so much of my time. And so I went to go do a dopamine detox and I deleted all of my social media, basically unplugged my computer, and I spent my time working on other things because I was getting to the point I knew it was getting bad when I was not eating all 3 meals in a day or ordering fast food because I didn't want to take the time away from the video game to go make food. And like that was like kind of the turning point where I knew like this is getting to a point where I need to stop and do something about it. And it is so much better because like now I don't rely on TikTok. I don't have a lot of these just time wasters. My life before was filled with time wasters. Almost every other thing was doing it to waste time. I'll barely even scroll on like I have TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff now again, but I don't find myself sitting there at work scrolling, watching videos. I bring my Bible with me to work every single day, and I bring my book with me to work every single day. And occasionally I'll bring my iPad and do schoolwork. So it's like I don't really need that bad dopamine. I've found a way after going on a dopamine detox to put the phone down and really get some work done. Yeah, I'll go on social media now, but 90% of the time when I'm on my computer, I'm working on designs for clothing or I'm watching educational YouTube videos. I use YouTube primarily for education. Yeah, I still have my content creators that I do watch and the YouTubers that I do watch and enjoy watching. And if they come out with a video, yeah, I'll take some 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however long the video is, I'll watch that YouTube video, but then I'm right back to work. I'm always working on something. And a lot of you guys won't like that or will hate the dopamine detox because you feel like you can't have any fun. It's like those are to waste time. You enjoy, you get a laugh from doing that. And it's okay to do it occasionally. I'm not telling you to like do what I did and delete TikTok, delete Instagram, but find a way to limit yourself from it. And heck, if you're just needing a reason to start, like, oh, you're almost like, that's how I was at first, is like, I want to do this, but I'm like, I didn't know what I was going to do with my time. Well, after you're done watching this video, close the app and be done. Find a book, find something to do, whether it's cleaning your room, because that's even household chores I was getting behind on. And even just recently, like the last couple of days, I've been so busy working on helping a friend get some stuff on his Twitch stream all set up and like changed, designing the next drop for Pureline, meal prepping food every single day, that I have completely pushed aside the mess of clothes behind this door. And so now like, I'm not even gonna have time because I gotta go to a college basketball game tonight at 8 o'clock. And it's right now for me, it's 5:42. So I need to get laundry started, do some other stuff around the house, clean up, make supper. And like there's a lot of time to be used on other things than video games. Video games is just an example for me, but I know a lot of people now are spending that time scrolling on TikTok, watching YouTube videos. YouTube videos, I love YouTube. YouTube's amazing if you're using it for the right purposes. There's, in my opinion, there's time wasting content and there's time building content. I steer towards majority time building content because it's using up time, but I'm getting something out of the video besides a fun laugh. Whether it's even just like watching gym influencers. I love going to the gym. I'll watch gym influencers. That's great because a lot of them, they give a lot of really good information that I could take and use in my life. Because hindsight, we do not have as much time on this earth as we think. Because I know, just take for example, if you take watching like Netflix or something, if you have 5 whole days in the month that you are purely watching Netflix or doing other things that are time wasters, 5 days, that's 60 days in the year. You do that for 5 years, that's 300 days. That's almost a year wasted. Imagine how much knowledge and education and other things you could have worked towards in that extra 300 days. Like, really let that sit in. In the span of 5 years, you wasted a whole year. So you got basically, if you break it down like that, you got a year wasted out of those 5. So you're basically only doing productive things for 4 of those years. And you got to take into account also that a third of those 5 years was spent sleeping. So it's like 300 days, that's a year. A third of 5 years, I'm not good at math, but that's approximately like a year and a half. Maybe a little bit more. Year and 7, 8 months. Year and 7, 8 months spent on sleeping, and a year spent on wasting time because we didn't want to do other things that were productive. So if you are sitting here listening to this or watching it, and you know you are someone that constantly scrolls on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of the social medias, you just sit there and scroll because you don't know what else better to do, sit down and think about something in your life or something that you aspire to have happen. Find a goal. If you wrote down your goals for this year, right? Find one of those goals. Because I know like right now a big thing that I've been really trying to get into is the crypto day trading. Because I'm fascinated with something like that. It could be like computer programming, or like whatever it is. If there is something that you enjoy, if you're watching, the easiest part is if you're watching certain content on like YouTube and you want to know more about it, watch educational YouTube videos on that. Like that's what I did. That's why I'm doing this podcast. I watch so many podcasts just driving around for work. I listen to so many podcasts about how the way they talk, what they talk about, different points that they bring up. And I was getting education from those podcasts to the point where I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready. I can start my own podcast. Like just find something that you're passionate about and take that time instead of wasting it doing other activities or things. Take out that bad dopamine and turn it into good dopamine. Figure out what you want in life and go for it. Don't leave anything behind because we realistically don't have a lot of time left on this earth. We have less time than we think because a third of your life is spent sleeping. And if you waste 5 days every month for 5 years, that's a whole year wasted. Just be persistent and be cautious almost of how much time you really have, and think, if you want to achieve certain things in life, just go for it. Because realistically, 100, 200 years from now, 300 years from now, nobody's going to know who we are. Nobody's going to remember us. All of our ancestors are going to be passed. All of the ones behind us are going to be passed. So why wait? Why not do something with the fear of other people saying something? Because realistically, if I get a lot of crap for doing this podcast and they're just saying, like, making fun of me, if I keep doing it, they're going to stop talking. Like, they're not going to give me crap for it anymore. Heck, somebody gave me crap for it 4 days ago when I first started. Now, I'm still doing it. They haven't said a word to me. They already forgot about it. So people do not hold on to things like that for that long. So if you have a passion or a desire in life, I'm telling you now, right after you're done watching this, go take these steps to go towards it. Because in the long run, you will thank yourself for doing that, and you will thank God for giving you the inner strength to start your journey towards your passion. That's all I got for today. Thanks for listening, guys. Go check out all the socials. I'll be in the description. And I'll see you guys next time.